What's up, guys? It's Mion, and I am back with another video today. And we got the first of 5 diecast reviews to do, courtesy of diecast that I picked up from Circle B Diecast with their recent Black Friday sales. So for this one, I know a particular NASCAR Diecast YouTuber who was a big fan of this guy when he was racing, and still is, and likes to collect a lot of his cars. OBB, I'm obviously talking about you, because this is Carl Edwards' 2014 Fastenal Ford for Roush Fenway Racing, back when he was racing for, Roush Fenway Racing. I've talked about this a little bit in the past. It honestly sucks that Carl Edwards has never been able to win a championship. I mean, you look at Denny Hamlin now, and he's made it far enough to compete for the championship, but he's come up short a couple of times. This past season was the most recent, but when you compare Hamlin to Edwards, and they were teammates at one point, Hamlin, it seems like when he gets to the championship race, or he gets to the last race of the year, and he's in one of the ones competing for the title, it seems like he just falls off by the end of the season, and he's just not in that form. Whether it's been, at Homestead in the past or Phoenix this year, because they removed the final race of the year there, it just seems like when it's all on the line for the championship, he just hasn't been able to get it done. And I'm hoping he gets it done at some point. But Edwards, he's been as close as you could get. He literally tied for the championship with Tony Stewart that one time, and Stewart won off a tiebreaker. How? Yeah, you might hear people in the background, I guess people in the living room. But that's literally the closest you can get to winning a championship and losing off a tiebreaker. It's insane. So let's go ahead. Let's get this diecast out of its box and get on with the review. Carl Edwards, man. And then of course, the year Jimmy Johnson wins his 7th championship. My apologies. That happens, but I honestly I'm not totally sure it happens as we get the diecast out of his box. I'm not totally sure that Jimmy Johnson wins his 7th championship if Carl Edwards doesn't get wrecked while trying to block Joey Logano off a restart late in the race. If Edwards doesn't get wrecked, I'm not totally sure Jimmy Johnson wins that race. Now keep in mind, in that race, much like Chase Elliott this past season, Johnson failed pre-race inspection. He had to start at the back. He had to fight his way to the front, and things fell his way. He was in the right place at the right time, and he got it done. So you can see, we go ahead and take a look at the diecast. But you gotta, one would wonder. I mean, yes, it's awesome that Johnson was able to win 7 championships. I mean, hell, he won 5 straight, for crying out loud. That's unprecedented. But you really gotta wonder if Carl Edwards doesn't get wrecked by Joey Logano off that restart at Homestead. You gotta think Edwards possibly could have won the championship that year. I think that year it was between Johnson, Edwards, and I forget the other 2 that were competing for the title that year. I think, I don't want to say for sure, but Truex Jr. might have been in there. Correct me in the comments. I don't remember off the top of the head, but and that Fastenal logo is pretty crooked there. You got some paint chips there. That's a little crooked on the hood there. But still, I mean, Carl Edwards is easily one of the best drivers to have not won a championship. And when you really think about it, Edwards, for his career as a whole, he's probably one of the best drivers that's, in one way or another been screwed over, at times. And, there's one particular incident, I believe it wasn't a points paying race. It was at Daytona, though. I think it was, it might have been the Clash. I don't remember off the top of my head. But there was an incident there where, he was avoiding cars that were wrecking, but he passed under the W line, so NASCAR called him for that. And they protested at first, and Edwards was all pissed off, and they're like, nope, that's the call, we're sticking with it. and then his crew chief finally got him calmed down enough to come down pit road to do the pass through, and then he gets bopped for speeding on pit road, so he just parks it. Like, bro, I mean, you can't blame Edwards for wanting to retire. It's after what had happened, that year when he, got wrecked off the restart by Logano. Granted, Edwards was going to block him, and it just, things happen. But the fact that Edwards retired so abruptly and has wanted really nothing to do with NASCAR since. I mean, we almost got to see him come back this past season when, Larson had that incident on iRacing earlier in the year during the pandemic break. One of the people that was contacted to possibly drive the 42 car for the rest of the season was Carl Edwards, and he ended up declining. But you gotta wonder, why not? But Edwards is an interesting dude, and he's not on social media. He's really been keeping to himself, honestly, and it'd be nice just to hear from him again in terms of just seeing how he's doing, and would he ever decide to come back to NASCAR? Really, why did he retire so abruptly? Because you have to think, if he doesn't retire, what happens with Daniel Suarez? Because you got to remember, when Edwards retired, Joe Gibbs Racing ended up putting Daniel Suarez in the 19 car. I honestly do not believe he was ready for the ride, and now look where he is now. He went from Joe Gibbs Racing to Stuart Haas. This past year, he ran for Gaunt Brothers Racing, and next year he's going to be with the new team, Trackhouse, I believe is called. But you got to wonder if Edwards doesn't retire so abruptly, or if he gives them some sort of notice of retirement and then makes the announcement or whatever, what happens with Suarez's career, and it's a whole butterfly effect. But we'll just never know. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. And if you did, please drop a like, subscribe for more content like this. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace.